He was a hard-working comic who got his dream job, his dream home, and his dream wife. But one night in 1998, the dream ended in tragedy. Our number 5 act of love gone wrong is the murder of Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman's comedy career began in the mid-70s. He was a member of the LA theater group, the Groundlings.
He did the Groundlings every weekend and went out on endless numbers of auditions, hoping that something would break.
In 1986, Phil was set up on a blind date with a Midwestern swimsuit model named Bryn Omdahl.
She was crazy about Phil. I mean, what's not to be crazy about? He made her laugh, he was good looking, and he was very sweet.
When you first meet someone, it's just full of potential and butterflies in the stomach and romance and passion.
1986 was a good year for Phil. After meeting Bryn, he landed the gig that made him a household name when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live. Phil and Bryn moved to Manhattan. They were married in 1987.
Phil wanted to be married. He liked being married. Whether any of his marriages were successful, he loved the idea of it.
Over the course of his 8 seasons on the show, Phil's fame skyrocketed. Bryn, on the other hand, felt her life had taken a turn for the worse.
Bryn was transplanted, yanked out of Los Angeles, put into New York. She didn't know people, she didn't have her meetings, she didn't have her friends, she didn't have her work. And now she didn't have Phil because Phil was working very hard.
Their relationship was never smooth.
Well, I think Brendan had a real problem with drugs early on. Probably, I would guess that it stemmed from her own insecurity.
But by the time Phil entered her life, Bryn had kicked drugs. In 1994, Hartman left SNL. The following year, he landed the role of Bill McNeil on the NBC sitcom News Radio. The couple returned to California.
I think she was happy for Phil, as happy as she could be. I think that she was also lost in his shadow, but I think she was happy for him.
By the late 1990s, Bryn had been clean and sober for almost 10 years. Then there was a relapse. On May 27, 1998, Bryn went out to a bar with friends. Phil stayed home with their 2 children, 9-year-old Sean and 7-year-old Bergen. At around 2 a.m. on May 28th, Bryn returned to their house. There, as her husband lay asleep in bed, Bryn shot Phil with the .38 caliber revolver he had given her for her birthday.
The children being in the house is quite disturbing, and I think because she was a mom, I think if she wasn't high, if she wasn't on medication and abusing drugs and booze at the same time, she would have been thinking more clearly and not done what she'd done.
Bryn immediately went to the home of a friend, stuntman Ron Douglas. There, she confessed to killing Phil. Douglas didn't believe her until Bryn took him to the house and he saw Hartman's lifeless body. Ron called 911.
911 emergency, operator 614.
Yeah, hi. There's been a shooting at 5065 Encino Boulevard. Just one.
All right, where's the weapon now?
It's in my hand.
Okay.
Speak to your brothers to my house.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Ron Douglas.
Police arrived at the scene and removed the 2 children from the house. Bryn locked herself in the master bedroom and lay down on the bed by her husband. With another handgun, Bryn Hartman shot herself in the head.
West Valley patrol officers received a radio call of a shooting. They entered the location. They heard a gunshot. They went to the location of the gunshot in the rear bedroom, and they found 2 people down.
A coroner's report showed that on the night of the crime, Bryn Hartman downed a dangerous cocktail of alcohol, cocaine, and antidepressants.
No doubt that drugs like cocaine increase aggressiveness, increase anger, increase rage, make people do things without thinking about consequence.
In 2000, Phil's former castmates paid tribute to Hartman during the program's 25th anniversary special.
I think Phil is remembered with tremendous love. I think that he touched so many people in such a beautiful way.